what do you think that we don't get to see from Jen, or who Jennifer Williams is, from the show that you wish they would show more of?
I think that you don't really get to see me really like handling all my business, because
I was thinking that.
Yes. I have my lip gloss line, Lucid Cosmetics, and I was really, you saw a little bit of that season 2, but I've really been growing this company, and I just launched it a couple of weeks ago, and it's sort of like my baby, so I'm watching it grow. So I wish they would show more of me being a businesswoman. Again, I'm involved in Flirty Girl Fitness. I'm a principal owner. I'm a spokesmodel for Glam Lux. I'm writing a book. Heather and I, we founded a nonprofit foundation. So there's so many other aspects of my life that I feel like you don't get to see on Basketball Wives, which I get it. Reality shows are about drama, but I think there needs to be a better balance between the drama and showing us more in a positive light, because not just myself, there's so much more to the other women that they're doing as well.
And so are those things that you think the cameras catch and they've just edited out, or do they not even allow that opportunity?
No, you know what? Sometimes we film some really positive stuff, but I don't see it on the show. Okay. And it's been a struggle. Shawnee O'Neal is one of the executive producers, and she has a little bit of say, but it's like, it's really, you're fighting a beast. So she's definitely been battling with Shed Media, which is our production company, and VH1 to try and get a better balance with our show. But I mean, people want to see drama, so that's what sells. So it could be a little difficult, but I'm just hoping we could definitely find some balance somewhere, because I think just women need to see us more in a positive light. And I know for myself, like going through this divorce, I think women need to see that there's life after divorce. You can, still be independent. For me right now, I'm focusing on just being independent and being happy, and I feel like we need to see more of that.
Okay. I agree. A question that I got off of Twitter: what did you see in Eric now that everything has hit the fan?
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, this person that Eric is right now, we were just talking about this in the car. I have no idea who he is. His actions, the things that he's been saying, the stuff he's been tweeting, I am just like, who is this guy? So I'm just as confused as everyone else.
Okay. And so one of the things that someone brought up with the drink throwing, well, two things with the drink throwing. First is this the first physical altercation that you all have had?
Right. Well, as far as I'm going to talk a little bit about the drink throwing, but I can't get into too much detail because it hasn't aired yet. But yes, this is, I don't consider that him putting his hands on me, but the glass actually did hit my chin, and it was very aggressive and forceful. I wouldn't in a million years have expected it. I was completely shocked. But we've never had anything like this happen before. So it took me for a loop.
Mm-hmm. And someone says on Twitter now how they're saying this: ask Jennifer, why is she being dishonest about the drink throwing incident? She threw a drink first, so why bash Eric?
I'm not being dishonest about anything. I honestly, whatever I did, I don't feel like it warrants what he did to me. I just feel like as a man, there's certain lines that you shouldn't cross, and I feel like he did that.
And at one point, you called Chad a media whore. So what do you think the difference is in doing like interviews like this right now and being a media whore? What differentiates?
I think when you do interviews, like obviously I'm promoting something that I'm doing, and I'm talking about the show. That's something that I'm on. I think a media whore is just, you just constantly want to be in the light, and that's not me. Like, I'm trying to promote my businesses.
And also going back to the whole show as an entirety and going through everything that you've gone through on camera, do you think being on camera has made it easier for you or more difficult?
I think being on camera, going through a real life situation could definitely be a little difficult because it's very personal. But for me, it was actually kind of relieving going through it on camera because, it was like I had to talk about it, which I probably wouldn't have done if it wasn't for the show. And I might have not made up my mind as quickly, but I know what I did was the right thing to do. So I don't live with any regrets. It's definitely difficult because it is, your marriage. And I signed up to do a reality show, and that was my situation, so I had to be real about it.
So the future for Basketball Wives, where do you see it going? How many more seasons can we look forward to?
You know what? I have no idea how many seasons Basketball Wives will go on. Right now, it's a big hit, and everybody's talking about our show, and this season has been really epic. So I don't know. We'll see.
And how's the love life going? I saw the one date with Mika's friend, her and Speedy's friend. So how's that going?
You know what? My love life it's okay. I mean, I'm just getting out into the dating world, and I'm just getting my feet wet. I don't have a boyfriend, but I'm dating. I'm having fun. But he's a cool guy. If I'm in New York again, we could definitely hang out and have drinks. And this past Monday, I went on a date with someone named William, and he's a cool guy as well. He lives in Dallas.
An athlete or no?
No,
okay.
Not an athlete. No, okay. No. I'm trying to.
Yeah,
I've had my fair share of athletes, and I'm like, I'm good. That would probably be last on my list.
Okay. And so, having been married before, I've never been married, so I like to ask people who have been married, what are things, and especially now in your situation, looking back, what would you advise someone considering getting married? What should they look for prior to walking down the aisle?
You know what? That's a really tough
Sounds like
question.
y'all discussed this in the car on the way here too.
That's a really tough question. You know what? I feel like you could know someone for 10 years and really not know them, because that's kind of what I feel is going on with Eric right now. I'm like, who is this person? I don't know who he is. But honestly, I think just the key to a good marriage is probably communication. You have to communicate. You have to be on the same page. You have to talk out your problems. If you just let them just go, it's just going to build into a snowball effect and explode. So I really think communicating is key, and just being honest.
Willing to grow with each other, too.
Closer to the mic.
Yeah, willing to grow with each other, accept change, and accept that people change over time.
Okay. And coming up, anything else in Chicago? What's the name of your nonprofit?
It's called Project Save the World.
And tell us about that.
Basically, it's a nonprofit foundation that myself, Heather, and another friend of ours, we started, and it was pretty much, we felt like we were extremely blessed and we wanted to give back. But there's so many causes in this world that need our support, money, time. So we couldn't think of one particular cause. So we decided to call it Project Save the World, and pretty much our mission is to save the world one mission at a time, which my big thing, and it's kind of whatever's in our hearts at the moment. And for me right now, I'm really interested in childhood obesity. I know Michelle Obama is doing a big thing with that as well, but I really think things like that start in the household and start with your foundation. So I would like that to be my next mission.
And I forgot to mention, actually, because with Glam Lux, we actually donate a percentage of the profits back to Project Save the World. So, that's something in the community. I mean, we all, as African Americans, we spend a lot of money in the health and beauty industry, and I feel like some of that should be given back to the community. So Project Save the World is an avenue that we plan to give back to the community.
A lot of times spend more money on the beauty than the health part.
Exactly.
Got your weave looking good, but,
but
the work on the gut and haven't been to the dentist, haven't been to the doctor, haven't, done a lot of things.
True. It's true. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. Well, I actually do a feature on my show where I spotlight local nonprofit organizations. So I would be more than happy to cover some events that you all have coming up, and basically encouraging people, number one, to volunteer, because even if you can't give necessarily your money, you can give your time, as well as just creating an awareness to the organization, because there's so many nonprofits, as you said, so many different causes, and people don't even know that they exist.